And we're in, guys. We are in. And isn't it good to be in? It is the Zotac Cup. We are in the finals. Best of 5 between Sleep, the Korean Blue Zerg in the bottom right, going up against FXO.Lucky, the red Korean Zerg in the top left. We are playing on Shakuras Plateau. And I can't emphasize enough, it's best of 5. So be happy.
It's a best of 5 series. We'll have to see what we're going to do. Sleep, we've seen over the last couple of times just decimating opponents with quick action gameplay. We saw Lucky 2-0ing his opponent in the semifinal and the quarterfinal roundup, and now in the finals competing for $100. It's all going to come down to the strategy, the layout, and of course being able to outmaneuver your opponent in little subtle ways, and that is something that Sleep has been doing very, very well the last few times.
Yep. And now, guys, this is the North American Zotac Cup number 35, and this is a completely open tournament. So any of you guys watching, you can easily come in and play against these guys if you really want to. As you can see, the caliber of play is huge. The prize pool is a nice sum of money that you can possibly win if you can beat players like this. And there is no reason at all for you not to have fun and say, I played against a Korean pro.
That's right. I played against a Korean pro. It is a lot of fun. Even win, lose, or draw. It's always cool to say that, hey, I played that guy once.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Not to mention the learning experience.
Great story, bro.
What?
Yes, definitely learning experience.
Yeah. All right. So we do see a hatch out from Lucky. So it is a hatchery first against Speedling build. Are you surprised?
I am shocked.
Are you in disbelief?
I can't say I'm in disbelief, but I'm in shock and awe of what we are about to see here from Sleep. This could possibly be the most aggressive we've actually seen him right out of the gate. He's usually been kind of passive for the first couple of minutes and then pushed out for some major aggression. But if he can pour that aggression firsthand right out of the gate against Lucky, this could get really interesting for Lucky to see how he responds to such things.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the timing of this is, because this is the tightest timing I've ever seen for a pool and an extractor against a Speedling opener when you went for hatchery first. Because right now, basically, Lucky threw down his pool at around the same time as Metabolic Boost was started for Sleep.
Huh.
That seems like you're walking a tight line to me.
Yeah, you're definitely walking a very tight line as the hatch and pool pop simultaneously, and the Zerglings are already making their way across the field for Sleep, so they're going to be into that base. Right on top of it, there's pretty much nothing to defend right now. 8 Zerglings are about ready to pop for Lucky, but they're going to be able to do some significant damage. I don't know why they're trying to pop.
The lings are going to get trapped when they pop. The lings are going to be trapped, but oh my god, those lings in the main come out just in time.
Oof.
Wow.
Down goes the spine crawler.
Wow, but okay, seriously? Those lings have been any layer in the main, those 2 lings at the egg would have popped and died immediately.
Yep, because he had them completely surrounded. They had nowhere to go, and with them being kind of queued to where they were going to go, they would have been queue dead pretty darn quickly. So that was a good good advance pressure there by Sleep, and now he's got the speed, and I can't quite seem to get up and around the ramp. 2 big fat queens are holding up the ramp pretty well right there, as the spine crawler is just now finishing up for start. So now he'll have that 1 layer of defense right there, and with a little bit of lag there from a GS admin.
Yikes.
But that's okay. It's good now.
It's always awkward when admins lag. Like, it's awkward when someone lags, but then you're just like, you leave the game if you're not all important. But then the admin lags, you're like,
you can't tell the admin to get out, but
it's like a player can. Will the player? I don't know. But no, GS admin's fine. Looks like he just spikes from him. So it's nothing crazy to worry about there. It's not like he's delaying the entire game by lagging every 5 seconds and letting 2 seconds of gameplay go in, so he refreshes his timer, his cooldown for being kicked or dropped or whatever. Like, that's the most annoying, is when it's that fast.
Yep.
And look at Speed finishing just in time for Lucky, so he can easily escape that ling.
Ooh, just in time.
And Creep is being spread by Sleep rather heavily. What is his game plan? He's got a Baneling nest out. He can easily move in and be aggressive with Banelings, but we do see Banelings are already in play for Lucky as well, so he can easily just have a nice solid defensive Link Baneling battle, which would favor him because of the Spine Crawlers and all that. But as of right now, we do see the Link does get killed before it can get into the main base.
Yeah, and that was a good kill there. He ran in as quickly as possible and then ran around the outskirts to try to keep those Zerglings off him. So very smart move there. Not much going out from start at this point. He did lose a an Overlord to Sleep's Queen there, and that supply blocked him. So again, that's something dangerous you've always got to be aware of, that if you have something a little too close that they might get popped off here, and you've got to have the backup to that. Now, granted, he had already had some Overlords in the queue there, so he didn't have to worry too much, but it could have been huge for it. But now he's going to throw down the Roach Warren to kind of give himself a little bit of a choke point here for the main base.
Oh my god,
for
look
his
at the
natural
drone count. 51 drones to 34 in favor of Sleep.
What?
How do you get so many drones? Sleep's ahead in the food count by a lot too. So that difference in the drone count is not even a difference in army count. It's just Sleep is ahead in all of that. But we can see that the lair is out. Do we have a Spire on the way yet? For Lucky doesn't have enough minerals. Oh, there's the Spire. It's hidden behind there. Spire is about a third of the way done. Sleep is morphing his lair though. So we have Muta is gonna be coming soon.
Yeah, going to be a nice little Muta harass here. And look at these double Evo chambers there, pumping out the +1s on both sides. I like it. I like the fact that they're getting those ups early on. They're really going to be able to dish out the damage and take it at the same time. So he's really looking to punish to punish Lucky for as soon as he possibly can. And once he now that the layer's done, he'll be able to get his own Spire down. Now he's got the macro hatch at the same time, so he'll be able to get those larvae up. This is going to get really ridiculous really fast.
Yeah, and Sleep is researching Pneumatized Carapace for his Overlord speed right now, which is very interesting. He's going for a Hydra Den, so I guess he's noticing behind if Muta's going to be coming in play, so he's not going to try and play the Muta versus Muta war. He's going to try and get out the Hydras, play defensively, but we do see 9 Mutas are in production now, but no upgrades yet.
And yeah, but when those gosh, why did my brain just go blank all of a sudden? Now that those Hydralisks are going to be popping out now they're going to have the +1/+1. That's going to give them a huge advantage, especially fighting against those Mutalisks to be able to tear them out just a little bit more. But now Sleep has to do the most annoying thing in the world. He's got to start pulling those Overlords back to get them out of the way of those Mutalisks. As Lucky is already taken out one, supply blocked him now. Now he's moving into the main base. Got those Mutalisks. He could possibly force a cancel to that hatch, which just finished up just in time as Lucky was forced to pull back just a little bit with those Mutalisks. But now taking a lot of fire from the Queen, takes that out. The Hydralisks show up to kind of push them back even more. And that Spore Crawler gave them a little bit of a second thought, but they were able to take out that Queen, and that was huge.
Yeah, that's a big deal. And on the left, there was a little attack with Lynx. Now we see another attack, forcing the cancellation of Lucky's third. And by the way, what we just saw back there was with the +1 Carapace, Banelings do not kill Lynx in one shot. The Banelings will actually take 2 to kill them, which is really important.
Yeah, because that's forcing them to waste more gas and more minerals to try to take out the same units. So, smart play there, I think.
I would say it's more beyond thinking. It's actually true, and wow, that is the luckiest drone ever.
Those are the luckiest Mutalisks, or luckiest Zerglings of all time. They ran underneath that Muta spread, took out so much damage. They barely survived with less than 10 hit points each, and now looks like they're coming for the reckoning and wipe them both out there. And good map vision there by Lucky, just taking the Zonaga towers, moving out with those Mutalisks, really getting the vision going, making sure that Sleep isn't expanding behind him, and that's going to work out to his favor right now. Roaches now popping out of that third area that Sleep's trying to throw down. Is he going to be able to force the cancel on that? But no, looks like he's going to pull back just a little bit and stay out of the way. That is interesting that he didn't try to go back over there and try to force the cancel on it, but I guess he's fearful of the Hydralisks moving in.
Yep. And actually, we see that the third for Lucky, with all the delayings on both sides, is actually still going to be ahead of Sleep's by a little. But Sleep has got such a food lead count; it's crazy. Or a lead the food count, whatever the English way to put it is. I always fumble that sentence. But we do have a nice count of Roach Hydra pushing in. If those Banes, those Speed Banes can engage those Hydras, that'll be a seriously important engagement for him. But we are watching as those Hydras are going to be retreating, but they are slow, they are off creep, and those are Speed Banes going to move in and decimate those Hydras. God, the damage they do against Hydras is huge. And now these mutas are going to have free reign against this army and even go ahead and start harassing if they really want to. But Sleep is vulnerable right now.
Oh, he's extremely vulnerable right now. That was very good splits on all those banelings and all those hydros. He was trying to protect them as best as possible. Yeah, Sleep is definitely going to lose this hatchery here at the third, as Lucky just has, just like I said, free range. There's just absolutely nothing there to stop him from it. He doesn't have enough queens. He definitely doesn't have any hydrolists. The the infestation pit just finished, and three infestors are getting ready to pop out, but they're not going to have enough energy to really do significant damage to that big bowl of mutas, which is still growing to this moment.
Yeah, he might get one lucky round of fungals or something, but as of right now, what he wants to do is just to save his third. He might not be able to be honest. I don't know if, yeah, there's no way that's going to be saved. The DPS of those roaches is going to be too strong. It's going to take too long to die, and there it is. That goes down. So we are mutually back at 2 base versus 2 base, but Sleep is getting down his third right now in the top right, farther away from his arm, but there's the burrow on those roaches going to try and be really, really annoying and succeeding in being annoying. But let's see how effective they are now that they're effectively trapped, but there's the Overseer coming in, so they will be able to get picked off now.
Yeah, huge, get there. And now we see them, they're trying to get into the main base there of Lucky. Good fungal growth goes down, locks him in momentarily, lets those spine crawlers do a little bit of damage, and now the lings are in there, and good burrow on on 2 different halves, splitting them up, forcing that army to kind of pick sides, so to speak. And now they're trying to wait to see where the Overseer is, so they can go ahead and get a look in, but pop in, take out some more of the Zerglings that are there, and now they're in the mineral line. Wow, this is huge. They're drawing out Lucky as much as possible all over the field. Now the Mutalisks here are brought back in. They're trying to find a way to just keep those units moving, keep things moving around the field, and just really trying to keep Lucky on his back feet while he tries to take 2 expansions at this point. He's trying to keep those Mutalisks out of the way so he doesn't have to cancel. He doesn't lose those hatcheries right off the bat, giving him still plenty of time to get more of those Hydralisks out onto the field again.
Yeah, this is looking really, really good for Sleep. He's doing everything right in terms of delay tactics, army engagements, and just good, really just guerrilla warfare, to be honest. I think that's the best way to put it. The guerrilla warfare, the lings, the tactics is really, really solid.
Yeah, very, very solid right there. Just, coming in, do a couple of pop shots, pull back out, force him to come to you. And that's Sleep's really big strong suit here, is every time the opponent attacks, he just holds it off swimmingly and then counterattacks and goes and gets the GG from there. And now we see those Banelings still trying to move in, trying to wipe out the Hydralisks that are trying to wipe out the Mutalisks trying to wipe out the Roaches, and just wiping out on all sides of the field. There's only three Hydras left, and unfortunately they get wasted by those Mutalisks, and so do the Infestors that are buried. But if there is that Overseer right there, and wow, just such devastation on both sides of the field.
Yeah, Lucky is seriously holding all these mutas, keeping them alive. Now, see, a couple did fall somehow. I don't even know how, but looks like they engaged maybe a couple of Hydra or something, trying to reinforce the battle. But Sleep has still got a nice lead in terms of his economy. If you look at the income, I said opening wrong tag, look at the income, it's actually pretty even. But once these top right bases, oh wait, they actually might not be able to kick in. Never mind, they will be able to because those lings were pushed back.
Yep, they pushed back just a little bit, and man, another set of lings trying to get in there, trying to bump off the third base from Sleep, but unfortunately they were denied by a massive group of roaches and some banelings there. They just weren't able to get in there and finish off the job. But yeah, now Lucky is moving in again, trying to ward off the roaches that are trying to get in there, deny yet another base for Lucky. But man, it's just back and forth action. We saw that Sleep had such a huge food advantage. He dropped down almost even, and now he's right back up to 153 to the 123 of Lucky. And this is just it's swinging too much. I think there's too much imbalance here. All Lucky has to do is do one little slip up, and Sleep is just going to make him pay for it.
Yeah, right now we see a lot of mutas going down. It seems that Lucky thinks it's worth it to take out all those drones, which it very well might. Watch as that income is dropping, but already it's 1,800 to get to 1,300 for the mineral income, as there are a few roaches here picking off the health of this extractor and this hatchery. As now we have a few lings coming in piecemeal, but there's a nice position by Sleep, making sure that he has completely thermopolized those lings and doesn't lose a single roach. And yes,
I love that word.
I completely made it up right now.
That is awesome.
Thank you.
Thermopolize.
But it gets a point across, doesn't it?
It sure does. It sure does. We're going to see the fungal growth get their point across right there as they lock in those roaches, lock in the hydras right there, and now they're going to wipe out those infestors in piecemeal. They're going to snap into them like a Slim Jim for Racho Man Randy Savage. Now they're going to go ahead and pull back. In a little bit of a Fabian strategy there. Pull back, reinforce, and then go back in for another attack around here. Lucky down to 121 out of the 178 of Sleep. Now, another small ball of Mutalisk, only about 11 this time around, are going to be what's left. But there's so many Hydralisks for Sleep that he's going to be able to wade right through those if he gets into a really good position.
Yep, and there's a GG by Lucky, so game number 1 goes to Sleep. Are you pumped for game number 2?
I am so pumped for game number 2. I am like ready to be pumped up right here into game number 2. Oh.